Hello, everybody. Oh, it's already muted first. Anyway, hello. Give everybody a few minutes. Sorry. Not attractive. Sorry. Hey, Mr. Pete, how are you? It's 75 from. Oh, okay, that's what you changed your name to. I thought that was part of the message. I was a little confused. Anyway, hello. Anyway, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get here. I mean, I'm probably not going to have a bunch of people, but it's okay. My stuff's usually not super entertaining, but eh. But I am going to discuss a little bit about them reopening the case about the assassination of Malcolm X. And then we're going to discuss a bit about the haunted virus. Whoop, wrong virus. My bad. The coronavirus. Sorry, the haunted virus is a hemorrhagic fever. Wrong shit. Sorry. I've been reading way too much shit lately. God. So, yeah, let's give it a few minutes. Because usually I actually don't start on time, or I start early. This is like the first time I've actually started on time in I don't know how long. So people aren't used to that, probably. But when people come in, mingle, chat, we bring this down a smidge. It says 4 watching. Ooh. But it says 5 on the thing. Oh, now it says 5 on both. Nice. So who all do we have in the house today? I was supposed to have a guest come on and with me, and maybe they're late. Hopefully they'll come on. It'll be interesting because talking about something serious with a puppet on the panel would be kind of interesting, I think. We'll see how it goes. Hello, I just did, you know what? Okay. Yeah, it's so weird. You can't just be social and say, hey, yeah, I subbed to your channel. Oh, cool, thanks, buddy. No, God forbid we can be like straight and direct with each other. No, of course not. We're going to have to code word it and shit. So dumb. Hey, Adega, how are you? And Wookie, hello, you darling things. How are y'all? Give everybody a chance to mingle and chat for a second. And maybe give my guest a chance to show up. He could be busy. I don't know. It was like an unexpected volunteer, and I was like, okay. Ow. I burned myself. You think after over 25 years of smoking, I could learn not to burn myself? But hey, Trap, how are you? Yahoo doesn't like it when certain words get typed. That's most of the internet, and like Yahoo can kiss my butt. I have not used Yahoo since I used Yahoo Messenger back in my early 20s. Long time. Of course, I don't know how many of y'all remember MSN Messenger. Ah. Just to give you an idea how long I have fiddled with a computer. Oh, look, you're so cute. Sometimes inappropriate, but a cutie. I am definitely an MSN Messenger. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I think you're about my age, give or take a year. That's right. I think you actually might be a year older than me. That's right. Trap, you always look younger, so like it throws me off. I remember getting the AOL discs in the mail when I was a teenager, and I just see how far I could frisbee them. It was like free frisbees. You're 30. Oh God, okay, yeah, you're way younger. Not maybe not way younger, but you're like 4.5 years younger than me. It's hard. Eh. All right. I think one of the reasons I thought you were my age or older is because you have a subtle and a finesse about you. I mean, I don't personally have subtlety or finesse, but you know what I mean. Then it seems like almost people in our 30s don't remember some of the old stuff. Like things get forgotten kind of easy. It's weird. Which, speaking of old things, is what we're going to discuss a little bit. Would one of y'all like to be on the panel by chance? We will be discussing them reopening the case of the assassination of Malcolm X and a bit about the coronavirus. So if anybody's feeling frisky and would like to, if not, that's fine. Right? Yeah, no kidding, P, huh? I remember when Hotmail was still Hotmail before it became like Windows Live bullshit. They changed that. I was like, what is this crap? I probably have emails like I'll never get into again. I had to like kiss some ass to get the password back into my uh, MySpace because there were pictures in there I couldn't replace. Looky inappropriate, dude. I have seen you in action. Don't even lie to these fine folks. Don't even. You still have your Hotmail address? God, wow, holy shit. Oh, that's craziness. I remember mine. I and my mom. I don't know why. I don't know why she questioned it because, like, in my opinion, like she was too old to even like ask such a question. But it was my name at the time, and okay, Maura McCabe 6969 at Hotmail, and she's like, "Why did you pick 69?" I was like, "Because that's y'all's wedding year," and she's like, "Oh, okay." Which, like, I just had to pick a number, and so I just did twice, just so I'm more likely to be able to have it. I wasn't thinking necessarily anything dirty at the time, but I thought it after I'd made it, I was like, "Oh, ooh, that's awkward to send people." I didn't really think about it at the time. So I had my mom ask. I'm sitting here like, why is she asking? I don't want to know why she's asking that because I don't ever want to think that my mom knows that stuff. I've used Yahoo to retrieve it. I didn't have Yahoo. Oh, well, actually, no, I must have had. I think I did have a Yahoo because I don't think you can use Yahoo Messenger without it. So I probably did, but I couldn't even begin to tell you what it was. Truth be told, not a clue. God, it must be. Oh, the NSA probably had a field day with my shit. They're like, no one's using this. Let's read through it. He said someone else has that email address now. Uh, like how long does the email like exist out in cyberspace unused before it just could be available to somebody else? Like I'm sure there must be like a limit, like what 5, 10 years or something. Like I have a new feed. Excuse me. Don't breathe your drink. Hey Scott, how are you doing? Oh, I haven't been sitting here that long. My back's already killing. Sorry, jumping back and forth on the mod on another stream. I can understand that. Trying to be here as much as possible, and I appreciate it. Mwah. So, how are you, Scott? Hey, the car, Cara, Care. Hi. Always suck at this. Well, let's see. D. Guess we call him D. Oh, D. I'm not calling them all those D's. Oh, you're tired? I'm sorry, baby. You still have everybody has their Hotmail with me. Dang it. I'm not even sure what happened that like I quit using it. I don't know. Like I had it for quite a while. So I'm not even entirely sure how I ended up transitioning to using Gmail. MySpace account is lost in the world. I managed to have them help me access it so I could, like I said, get some pictures off it that I couldn't replace. Unfortunately, the videos were corrupt because I had like film clips, and I guess they were corrupt or something, and they weren't. It wasn't happening. And I was like, shh. Because I had one video clip of a guy I used to hang out with, and he used to do breakdancing, and he decided to do it in my carport, and so he was just spinning around doing it. I was like, and like those kind of like things you put underneath the car like, after you jack up the car, like the cart, the stand. It's like this, and you put the frame right about here, and it holds it. He kicked it at full speed, and like he had to have his foot in the cast, and I was like, and I got that on film. How often do you get that on film? I was like, damn. And I was trying to retrieve it and I couldn't. And since he turned out to be an ass, it actually makes me feel better about laughing at the video. Because I think it didn't like fully break the bone. I think it just like chipped it a little or something. It wasn't like super bad, but he had to have his foot like in a little boot thing just to keep him from doing any more damage. One more, I'm going to go lay down. I'll definitely a part of your live stream one of these days. You always say that. Durr. I lost my account in 96. Damn. I'm not even going to explain how old I was in 96. Holy shit. That's awesome. I am getting notifications. Oh. Okay. Anywho's. I'm a little sad because I really thought my guest would pop on. Let me go and chat and see. He didn't respond. Aw. Man, everybody's busy. That's craziness. Like, usually this time of day, everybody's streaming and doing stuff. And when I do it, like, everybody's busy. God bless it. Ah. I always feel like I do a better job if, like, other people are on here with me. So I can, like, but, like, it started out like this anyway. So I suppose it's not that bad. I do have all you lovely people. So. Anywho. Alright. Anywho, so on February 21st, we'll be coming up on the anniversary of the assassination of Malcolm X. I'm trying to say Martin Luther King. God bless it. So wrong. Anyway, and the man accused of killing him is now 81-year-old Muhammad Aziz. I do believe that is the pronunciation. I'm not 100% certain. And he was a convicted accomplice who has long maintained his innocence in the murder. According to the criminal justice group of the Innocence Project. For those of you who do not know what the Innocence Project is, it is a nationwide group. Hey, Rambling, how are you, darling? Bianca, hey! Mwah. Oh, Pete, you're silly. Took me a second to like reverse. Oh, my Wi-Fi keeps dropping out. Dude, I'm sorry. Hey, when Wi-Fi does. My Wi-Fi likes to do that, especially at 4 a.m. every night. It cuts out. It's weird as shit. Didn't like there was 10 witnesses. Or are you saying, oh, like witnesses for, well, the article I read didn't quite get into that, although like reading like maybe a synopsis of the case file would help. But there must be some question to it, or else they wouldn't have bothered. Although the fact that they have waited that long, honestly, the idea of it, I mean, think about it. If one of the accused is 81 years old now, Can you imagine what? Oh my God! I hope, honestly, I know this sounds bad, but I hope he's guilty. And the only reason why is the idea that an innocent man who's been behind bars for over 50 years is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Yes, a witness to mountain. But who was a witness? I mean, there's often times when, for instance, even a bank robbery, like you could have a whole line of people, and they might have seen two or three different versions of, or different points of view of what they think they saw. And Mora lives in a haunted. What? Why would you say that? See, now you're freaking me out. I was trying to talk about this, and you're like freaking me out. Like, what makes you think I'm living in a haunted house? Okay, you're. That's a ghost. What's a ghost? I mean, I know what ghosts are, but I mean, like, what are you saying is a ghost? He is being silly. Wookie might be mad. I hope so, because, like, oh, my Wi Fi keeps cutting out. It's most likely that who I get my Wi Fi from is, like, doing, like, nightly maintenance at a time they assume that nobody will really be up and awake. Silly. I was sitting here like, what? I thought I saw something move behind me. I was about to shit. God, don't do that to me. Christ. Oh my man, don't you put that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby. Mm-mm. Do you see the curtain move? It looked like a face. Okay, y'all are just too much now. Y'all are too much. Anywho, but yes, the uh, the Innocence Project is a nationwide uh, organization that tries to help get justice for people who have been incarcerated wrongfully, were allowed to get appeals, uh, all kinds of stuff that they do, and they're actually really cool. Like, you definitely should look that up. Um, they have I think they have a chapter in every state. But according to the New York Post, Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance's office announced that it will revisit the 1965 assassination of the civil rights icon. And honestly, like, this is something that should have been done a long time ago. If there was any question or any doubt, this should have been handled years ago. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it. Have you seen the movie Ghosts of Mississippi? Like, that was a really awesome movie. That was really well done. But, like, it shouldn't take that long. I mean, if the guy has maintained his innocence, and the Innocence Project has been around for quite a while. I got a better response than I expected there. 4 a.m. My cat is swatting my eye to wake up. My cat knows better. Like, oh, bite that cat and establish dominance if I have to. She swats me in the eye. But anyway, but I really feel this is something that should have been done long a time ago. If I mean, especially since it's such a high-profile case. If a case a lot of you don't realize, around in the late 90s, in a civil trial, Martin Luther King's family sued the U.S. government for at the very least, enabling and allowing the death of Martin Luther King. And I do believe the government was found guilty of it, of at least being, like, allowing it to happen or being a part of it. I mean, that would have been a good time, since that was on the radar, to look into this. I mean, if there is some wrong that has been done, yes, sooner to fix it the better. But I mean, imagine being in prison for over 50 years if you didn't commit a crime. That is a horrible idea. I mean, you can't just get out of jail at 81 years old and start a new life. Like, how would you even do that? Almost everybody you've ever known is possibly dead or gone. And I mean, I definitely want to keep an eye on this case. It sounds interesting. We might have another Ghost of Mississippi type of thing going. Martin Luther King Jr. used to. What? Okay, Wookie, that just seems unnecessary, and I'm sure, first off, a lot of people probably joke around and do the Dutch oven type thing. That doesn't make someone a monster. That's a little gross, but I know, right? That's what I'm saying. We're talking about something serious, and you're like talking about him farting in a car. Like, dude, really? And how would he roll up all the windows? Especially if he was driving. He didn't have electric windows, so you'd have to like reached over here, reached over there, reached in the back seat, and rolled them all up. That sounds like a bunch of silliness. So, meow. And this is why Wookiee is not on my screen. Oh. Anywho, well, he probably heard about it, and just family could have been talking and sharing funny memories that like he rolled up his window just to fuck with them. But yeah, that doesn't seem like only luxury cars had power windows back then. In the early 60s, it'd have to be a hell of an expensive car. If they had that, that would have to be a hell of expensive. And like, I'm not even sure how to look that up to see if he had a car with those kind of windows. Anyway, how would he roll up all the windows? I love you. Well, I mean, one of the first cars I remember ever riding in was a 75 Nova. And those were no power windows in that shit. Yeah, I mean, he probably had a middle class luxury car, I guess, like probably. But I mean, if you're out there and you're like, you know, I mean, the man was a preacher, and ET is calling us. Maybe you should shut up, man. Right? Yeah, they might as well. They might as well tell everybody about the JFK thing, because anybody who would have been involved in it's dead now. Same with um, Malcolm X. Because unless the person who actually did it was like 10 years old, what the fuck are you going to do with the person? Like, I mean, they're going to be like 70, 80, 90 years old. I mean, I guess you could throw them in jail, but fuck, it's not like they have a whole lot of time left. I just looked up the film Ghost of Mississippi. Right? Yeah, I used to have the movie. I may actually still have the movie posters somewhere. It had a rough move when I moved here years ago. But yeah, that is a really good movie. I mean, like, some of the language is kind of, because I'm not a real fan of some of the terminology they use then, should I say. So it was a little uncomfortable, like, seeing something like, oof. I could not be in a movie where I had to use lines like that. It'd be like, ah, James Woods. Yes, James Woods did a fantastic asshole in that movie. He played a really believable jerk. Okay, I think jerk is an understatement since he's playing the person who assassinated a civil rights leader. But yeah, he was very convincing in his role. Like, he did really good with that. Yeah, they all did really good. I'm not a huge Alec Baldwin fan at all, but he did really good in that. Everybody, I think, did a really good job in that film. Like, that's a movie that should be shown more often, like on TV or advertised a little more. You know, some of it's not, like, we don't get a lot of good new movies out. Like, not like that. James Woods is the best. Oh, I don't follow him on Twitter, I don't think, but I have seen screenshots or like retweets of his sassiness. He does have some sassy shit, but some of it's like, I don't know. Some of it's good, but some of it, like, I mean, if it was like, it was the other way, like, we'd be annoyed hearing a celebrity tell us what to think about politics. But since a lot of it we do agree with, we're more likely to want to hear it. But we complain when a celebrity says something we don't like. So I just try to avoid celebrities talking about politics in general, to be honest. Kind of like Ricky Gervais when he was like, hey, listen, we're actors. They don't want to hear our fucking opinion. I like that shit. I like that. Hey, Han Star. Woo! Yes, yay, Han. Woo! But yeah, let's see. Let me read the rest because I actually have my phone right here. So I'm kind of cheating to make sure I don't forget stuff. But yes, the district attorney's office, a guy named Vance, agreed to conduct a review of the conviction of Muhammad Aziz. Barry Shack, co-founder of the Innocence Project, said in a statement, The announcement comes after the release of a Netflix series called Who Killed Malcolm X, which follows historian Abdur Rahman Muhammad's request for answers about the civil rights leader's death. And I actually, since I have Netflix, I will try to watch that tonight because, like, I didn't see it coming up on the. I think. Oh shit! I think my Netflix. I think it's my Hulu. I have. I'll try to find it on my phone or something. See if I can look it up that way. Malcolm X was shot to death February 21st, 1965, when he appeared on stage at the Audubon Ballroom in Washington Heights. 3 men, including Aziz, were later convicted of his shooting. Aziz, along with Mushahad Abdul Halim, I'm doing the best I can, and Khalil Islam, were all sentenced to life in prison. Which is good if they are actually guilty. Aziz and Islam have denied they were responsible for the assassination, with Halim vouching for both of them, testifying in 1966 that the men had nothing to do with it, according to the Innocence Project. Islam died in 2009 in prison. The group, which represents Aziz, said that he still hopes to prove his innocence after being released in 1985 on parole. Still a long time to be in jail, though. Well, the fact he was released on parole and not in prison, he was already convicted. You almost, why would he even lie? Really? I mean, other than the fact that, being accused of killing someone like Malcolm X is probably not a good way to make friends. Let's see. Hey, Irish. Why don't you share the screen? Because I'm looking at it on here. Because I didn't want to slow my religion of peace. Wookie. Really? Before you start with the religion of peace business, consider this. With Malcolm X, being the hardcore mofo that he was, why would 3 people that sound like they belong to his religion want him dead? Usually the best way to figure out who killed somebody is to figure out who would benefit. Why would any of them benefit from his death? They weren't related, so they wouldn't inherit anything. If anything, it seems like people that Malcolm X was against would have had more to do with it. Or at the very least hired someone to do it. And in the early and mid 60s, it definitely wasn't hard to, point the finger at someone of color and blame them for it. You got to realize that our forensics wasn't as good back then. Trajectory, maybe the type of bullet, everything. I mean, if someone had one kind of bullet, or 2 different people could have a similar gun, and they may not do a very good job with the forensics knowing which one was the actual, shooter. I mean, there's so many different things, and I don't even know if it explains, what kind of evidence they had to convict them. Muhammad Hakim, you're just being silly. No physical evidence links Aziz to the scene, the group said. He also had an alibi for the time of the murder, claiming that he was at home healing from a leg injury. If I'm healing from a leg injury, you can best believe I'm probably not going to go out and shoot anybody because you're going to have to run from the scene. My ass don't run now, and both my legs are okay. Same. The Manhattan DA's office said it will work alongside representatives from the Innocence Project to revisit the case. Vance has determined that the District Attorney's Office will begin preliminary review of the matter, which will inform the office regarding what further investigative steps may be undertaken. So apparently one of the guys had an alibi and wasn't even linked to the scene. And they convicted him and put him in prison for years. Which means whoever did it got to roam around being free. Malcolm X broke away from the Nation of Islam and started his own rival group. That could be a motive. That's possible. That's actually a legit possibility. But still, if they don't have any evidence linking the guy that was even to the scene, but if he was at home recovering from a leg injury, does that mean that one of the other guys was with him because he vouched for him? Or is it possible maybe he just vouched that he knew that guy wouldn't do that sort of thing? That's possible. I have to run. Have a good evening. Lots of hugs, Honstar. I don't think we'll ever know the truth. Many lies have been told by many people in government, and it would lead to many questions if they lied about this, what else they lie about. That's absolutely true. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but I had mentioned that in the late 1999, the U.S. government was found guilty of having some part in the assassination of Martin Luther King. So, I mean, if there was enough evidence that that was possible, absolutely this is possible. Because, I mean, I think they were awesome, but a lot of people back then thought they were nothing but trouble-causing bunch. So it makes sense that they would want them gone. The 3 assassins were caught at the scene of the crime. According to this, they were not. According to this, Aziz actually was not, there was nothing there linking him to the crime. And somebody said there was witnesses that saw them there, not that they were necessarily caught there. Because if he was home with a leg injury, how in the world would he been at the scene? Okay, that's pretty much the end of that article, apparently. But this is definitely a Netflix show I definitely want to see. Hey, Tony Patriot. Oh, we were talking about the assassination of Malcolm X. The anniversary. Oh, my little guest is here. Hello. Wow. Oh, we're getting a bit of a car video. Nice radio.
Hello, I am the Frog. I am doing a live stream from my car because I am a frog.
With a car.
I can drive, but it is very hard. I am very slippery.
Do you have to set on phone books to be able to see over the steering wheel?
Sometimes I hop through traffic, but sometimes I ride my bicycle.
So how are you doing today, Kermit?
I have been very worried about my friend Mad Max because all those WC creeps keep going after him.
Oh, shit. Okay. In fairness, everybody's been going after each other on that. Like, I gotta watch and I'm like, holy shit. Like, everybody's kind of gone extra on that.
Very true, very true. I tried to stay out of all those Twitter fights.
I don't try to add to the fights. I try to, like, get everybody like, whoa, okay, that's probably unnecessary. You know, hey, how about, you know, so I'm trying to, like, because, I mean, everybody likes a little drama here and there. Don't get me wrong, but, like, someone once told me that hate is not a sustainable model because you either got to keep it going, or if you try to go to anything else, you lose the main base you got.
I agree because I am a frog.
You sound different, I gotta say.
Well, I had a cold.
So you have a frog in your throat?
Yes, this frog has a frog in his throat. Ribbit, ribbit, bigot, bigot.
I don't know. If you were the frog, wouldn't we see the frog?
I don't want to be seen when I'm not green. I am currently pale tan because I am sick.
Pale tan?
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And also, do you know who Snow Dub the rapper is?
Everybody does.
He is not a very nice guy. He is melt of ice cold.
I thought you and Snow Dub were friends.
We used to be, but now we have creative ribbit differences. Ribbit.
Something tells me I'm getting bullshitted here.
Why would anyone do that to you? You are a nice person.
Oh, thank you. but you've come on my live stream before and shown your face.
Well, that's because that's when I was in San Francisco. Now I'm in Montana.
There's no part of that sentence that made a damn bit of sense.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
Really?
Sometimes when I am a frog, I feel sheepish.
So we're having a trans species issue?
Well, if anyone can change genders, then anyone can change species. They do it all the time in Star Trek.
You know, if your voice would get just the right pitch, I would believe you were the frog.
Ribbit. I am hungry for flies, Ribbit. Ribbit.
I have no idea what to do in this situation.
Just tell everyone, especially Snow Dub, that he is a failed white rapper. Ribbit. 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 Bigot. Bigot. Ribbit.
Okay. All right then.
I must go now. Thank you, Moira Kitty. I love you. Ribbit. Ribbit. Ribbit.
Love you too. I'm not sure what the fuck just happened. Yeah, you and me both. I'm confused too. What the shit? Because it wasn't reaching the pitch right. Actually, that was more Yoda. Sorry, wrong green thing. Anyway, but thank you, Raiden. Yeah, that was weird. Because I thought that Kermit the Log had been in trouble and had to make that account to be able to come back on Twitter. What the fuck did I witness? Dude, I don't know. But I could tell by the voice I wasn't sounding quite right. He's like, I had a cold. Like, yeah, frog in your throat, huh? I couldn't see his face because that was San Francisco and now he's in Montana. I'm like, first off, who the hell wants to go to Montana? Secondly, why would that make you not show your face? That was literally the strangest encounter I've had on here in quite some time. I got nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I think the party got crashed, and I got nothing. Yes, there we go. Let's go back to yeah. All right, there we go. All right. Oh lordy, well, I don't want a puppet phobe. Yes. I didn't know it was a troll account. Someone had told me that Kermit the Log got in trouble, and so he had to make another account to come back to Twitter. So I thought that's who that was. Because I thought it was Kermit the Log, so before I went live, I sent it to him. Because when I had posted, he goes, I can join a little bit later. And I was like, okay. So I sent him the link. Because I thought it was him. That was like my late. I'm not sure what that means. Tuck and roll. Send me a link. Okay. Alrighty. That was. What the fuck? I don't even know what to make of that. Not even gonna lie. Where in the blue fuck? Apparently, I have not talked to oh boy in a while. So I'm gonna send it to the group chat of Blackjack and Hookers because it's a Futurama reference, you guys, just in case you didn't know. Oh my goodness! Thank you, darling. Mwah. And I appreciate it. I do. I had no idea what to think of it. I was like, oh, wow, that didn't take long. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Quick.
I'm in my computer.
I do. I had no idea what to think of it. I was like, oh, wow, that didn't take long. Holy shit.
Why? Oh, yeah, I gotta go on my computer. Sorry. I forgot I had to stream stuff.
I do that all the time. Tonight is the first time that, like, I did not have that happen.
Well, it doesn't happen when I'm streaming. But I forgot I was watching you when I clicked it. Yeah. So I
forgot you were watching.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the thank you, darling.
That's a troll. It's the most likely
realize that. Like, that didn't go like really bad.
Yeah, it's most likely the same one.
I was like, I'm trying to get everybody to be chill though. You know, everybody's been kind of going balls to the wall with it. He's like, that's true. I'm like, to be fair.
Yeah, I know Kermit. His original Twitter was like Kermit the Log was his original Twitter, and then when I got banned a while ago,
that's who I thought it was. That's who I thought it was.
Made one named K-Log, but it's K-Log. But the one there's one up there is this K-Log parody, which is
motherfucker.
And most likely it's the same guy that's been doing all the Snow Dub ones and all the science fiction ones. It's the same guy who's been doing all this shit.
Even got guys call you daddy.
Yeah, whatever. I'm cool. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. Anyone wants to call me daddy, they can call me daddy. Just don't expect me to take care of you like one.
But yeah, we were just getting done discussing them reopening the case in the Malcolm X assassination.
Yeah, I just started watching that Netflix show yesterday.
It figures something good comes on Netflix and when Netflix runs out.
Oh man,
I might be able to find some bootleg version of it on my phone because I have a thing that does movies and shows, so I might be able to find it in that. I just didn't know to look for it. It's one of those they don't advertise.
Yeah, it's one of their limited series ones. It's like 4 episodes or 5 episodes or something.
Oh, that works.
And
because I will binge watch stuff. It's 12 episodes. Yeah. Like I'm gonna have to have one of those bathrooms by the bed. I'm not kidding. I'm not that bad. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Irish says, yeah, people already had a name for me. Apparently, I just didn't think of it as a title, but apparently, I guess I don't know.
Get my foot caught. And then, like the next thing I was going to talk about. Hey, I have that open. Is this?
I could switch over to my my Cartman voice. I could do that. That could be pretty fun.
You guys go home.
No, you don't really know how to comment. No. It is a very sad impersonation. It's not very well.
Not bad.
Next question.
It's hard to be serious when you do that. Hey, stop.
I am a very serious individual.
We both know that.
What is the goddamn thing?
Yeah, don't lie to these fine folks. That was cute. But yes, I'm trying to find where it went. I'm trying to find the. I did not end up finding the article, but let me see if I can at least find the picture because I did screenshot the picture to make the thumbnail. So
the Malcolm X case thing.
Oh, this coronavirus thingy now. But according to Taiwan News, there was a rise in sulfur dioxide. It could be a sign of mass cremations in Wuhan. And for it to show up on something like that, that has to be big.
Yeah, I mean, this is China with 1 billion people. And while I get the sentiments of people saying, oh, don't be racist about it. It's not just something because they're Chinese.
Well, we're not talking race. Well, I mean, they happen to be Chinese, but like
the
virus
issue,
itself, I mean, unless it's basically engineered to go after a certain genetic marker, I mean, it's not in itself picking a race. It just hits whoever it hits.
Right, but the issue is the reason why it's and matter of fact, I just watched another Netflix series about epidemics, and the thing is, you see these popping up in areas like China and India so often because it's 1 billion people in a very small area relatively to having 1 billion people. And there's in most of the areas, I mean, yeah, there's the big cities in China which are modern, but in most of the areas it's very rural and there's not good sanitation, there's not good hygiene, there's not good, and then India is even worse. So when people bring that up, they're saying, "Oh, you're being racist." No, it's not the case. It's not about racism.
It's simply a lack of proper developing, like the nation being properly developed and having the right resources and everything.
Exactly. And the thing is China doesn't have the money.
England had that like 100 years ago or less.
Right.
That people were throwing their slop out into the streets.
Exactly.
If their house was too poor, or they had to share an outhouse with 3 or 4 other houses. So, it's not a race thing. This is a poverty issue.
And the sad thing is, it's not like China doesn't have the money. They have the money to.
Our government has the money, and we still have tons of homeless people on the streets and veterans not getting their care. It's about government corruption. It's not about race.
But
the government may be doing it because of race. I don't know. I'm not them. But us explaining social economic issues, race is not what we're going for on this. So.
Right, but here though the difference here though is homeless people here over there would be like rich. I mean, where they're homeless here, it's not. Let's put it this way: it's not as dangerous being homeless here as it is there. And over there,
I'm not entirely sure that's true. I don't know.
They have stores they can go in. They have places they can get sanitation at. There's, there's places they can do these things. In places like that are so severely underdeveloped, the poor people, like here, poor people live in rundown apartments. Over there, they're living in literal shanties, and that's a big chunk of the population. And there's no sanitation, there's no procedures in place to keep things clean or to stop a spread of something like that. And Irish, I don't care if my Discord alerts are going off. Oh well. I don't even know which input that's in. I guess when I hear it again, I could mute it. Well, I'll read out the chat while she's having a talk with her daughter. Dakar is sailing.
Sorry, my little girl just came home. She just signed up for Boy Scouts. And she's
I'll just read the chat while I hear. Like I said, Irish, I think I got it muted now, so my Discord alert shouldn't go off in here. Tony Patriot, we need to put veterans first. Most of all, my donations go towards helping veterans. Very good job. Very good. Veterans do need help in our country. And he also loves Moira's tattoos. He only has 2 because he's poor, and I donate a lot of money, but I want more. I have 2 as well, and I want more, but it's like I spend my money on other things. Drop for the kind of tattoos I want. Dropping $300-400 on a tattoo is like ends up getting low on the totem pole for me for expenses. So that's my thing. Irish has milkshake. Yeah, she has a milkshake, and she is not sharing, which I think is not cool. I think she needs to share. Hashtag share your milkshake. Mr. P channel 75 away from 2 the big time. I'm just looking at your name more, Mr. Pete. 75% away to the big time. Are you talking about your hours or your subs? Which what are you 75% away from in the big time of YouTube? That's what I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Open-minded movie man. What up? What up, brother? How you doing? Stories by Irish. I don't have any. Yet my fiance has a friend who is willing to do my first one. I think that's worthwhile. I would have had to do a test spot first, just to make sure.
Well,
Tony Patriot. I will need these
a little
departments.
bit.
I donate money that is donated to me. Mr. P channel is by the way says I have 750 stubbies. I assume stubbies, Mr. Pete. I'm not quite sure. Stubbies.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have been entertaining as best as I
Coyotes
can.
and stuff, and so she's wanting me to walk her part way up to the neighbor's house. It only takes a couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, I will keep everyone entertained, I suppose. Ahem. Okay, okay. Anyway, so Mr. Pete is 750 stubbies. Good luck on those other 250 stubbies, I suppose. Open-minded movie man. I'm doing it all right. All right, man. Cool. Mr. Pete says again, Tony Patriot, okay, but you should have that money for you help yourself. Tony Patriot, I would tend to agree. I think you should take care of yourself before you take care of homeless people, because if you don't, you will end up being one of the homeless people yourself as well. So Cartman suggests that you spending money on yourself. Next question. Irish is dead. You killed Irish! Bastards! Descartes says now we need to get daddy to 1K. I would agree. I am 420 stubbies away from my 1,000, and I would appreciate those. And so if you would all kindly subscribe to my channel, that would the Great Council. That would be greatly appreciated, because I am at 3,000 hours. So I only need 1,000 more hours. So I'm actually pretty good on the hours, but I do need some more stubbies. Like Mr. Pete says, stubbies. I do need some more stubbies. Tony Patriot said James Wood is the man. I probably could find some more ahead of him. So what else is going on in the news today, guys? What would you like me to comment on? Because apparently I have to carry this stream for Miss Mora. So yeah. Mr. Pete says, subscribe, folks. Yes, please subscribe to Mr. Pete because he's on 75% away from his stubbies. And subscribe to my channel as well because I am, I guess you would say, maybe 60% away from my stubbies. I would have to do the math on that, but I do not have a calculator present at the moment, so I will just make an average guess. 60%. We'll say 60%. Descartes says E.T. is calling us home. I would suggest a very good psychiatrist if you think E.T. is calling you home. E.T. is a fictional character, and I do not think he is really calling you. Next question. And she has returned. Thank you for coming back, Mara, because I was running out of things to talk about, and the chat was kind of slowing down. So we do have established a few things. That Mr. Pete needs 25% more stubbies. And, yes, stubbies. He said stubbies. And Dika is flying away and getting calls from E.T. I'm not sure where that is going. Tony Patriot said, Daddy, where is your channel? I will join. Like I said, you can click my name, or you can just search The Great Council.
First off, I have never known you to run out of anything to say.
It does happen from time to time.
Anywho.
Like
anyway, sorry everybody, but you know, the little kitten has to come first. But anyway, we're gonna miss you, Scott. Mwah. Anyway, but yes, when I had it was something that I hadn't actually, I don't think I've for sure actually covered it in my first stream about the coronavirus. But if most of us remember, they were talking that 5 million people took off out of town to get away. That is a huge lump of people. Where did they go? I haven't heard about any other towns getting a huge influx of people. So, like, were they stopped at the border and killed? I mean, 5 million people is a lot of bodies. You'd have to have...
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about a lot of...
shitload of helicopters with some fucking Gatling guns mowing people.
But you're not talking about heavy populated areas where people can see.
And I know the amount of bullets that would take and the amount of armaments to shoot that many people.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be armaments. It could. There's plenty of ways they could take out that many people at once.
Well, I mean, shit, even half of them dead and half sent to a camp. My God, you know, that's a lot of people. But where are they? And that's what I'm concerned about, what that could be. On top of, like, they said that 97 died yesterday. How many died the day before or the day before? And are they even lying about the numbers? Like, this is, I mean, the town, just Wuhan by itself, I think, had 11 million people. And the streets are practically deserted. That's over twice as many people as the entire state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And that many people just disappearing?
Yeah, it's a lot. But again, we're talking about a country that's very secluded. And what I mean
Well,
by
I know,
secluded,
but I mean, that's what I'm getting at. It's kind of I think there's, whether it's the virus or the virus in conjunction with possibly mass killings to try to control it somehow.
I mean, we can't.
I have a feeling that basically the equivalent of war crimes has happened.
It could be. I mean, we can't trust any news that comes from China because everything they give us is propaganda. That's how they've always been.
They believe in keeping that kind of stiff upper lip and trying to save face. They might not. That's why they didn't want to admit anything was necessarily wrong in the first place.
And this sounds cruel, but it's the truth. 5 million people out of a billion is a drop in the bucket.
Numbers wise, yes, it absolutely is, and that's why I'm like concerned. There may be mass graves and mass burnings happening.
Yeah, like 5 million people.
The concept of wanting to, sorry, I had fluff. To want to control it, the outbreak and where it goes, but shutting down flights and everything. But I guess if they shut, will China use nukes? It would be a bad idea, Pete. Hold on. Yes. What the hell are you doing back? I just walked you up there.
Yeah, apparently she was like, I'm sorry, I had to change plans. She's going up there. She was down there, so she's going up there and making steak with him. And,
I want steak.
Love you, Pixie.
Love you.
Absolutely adorable.
It's okay, but I get it.
I was like, sorry, honey, we're trying to talk about possible mass murder at the moment.
Well, this is not to spread the conspiracy theory, but if the Nazis were able to kill 6 million people,
that is the key to it. Theory, it is a hypothetical possibility, but it does raise questions. How twice, like, let's see, I think we have approximately 3 million people in Oklahoma, so more than the population of Oklahoma tried to do an exodus out of there. Somebody would have noticed. The bordering areas would have noticed that many people.
We didn't know what the Nazis were doing with the Jews.
Some did. Hell, the Pope shook the Pope at the time shook Hitler's hand.
What I mean is the U.S.
Then he started distancing himself. Yeah, a lot of the German citizens didn't necessarily know, because I believe when the Americans and the Soviets showed up, they pretty much dragged them out of their houses and made them go to the camps to see what they had done, and forced them to help bury the bodies as they vomited, because they were so disgusted.
So in a country like China that has complete news blackout of everything and controls everything within their borders, if the Nazis were able to kill 6 million people in a few years without people knowing, in the 40s, in our modern age with the power they have and control they have and the money they have, I could very easily see them finding a way to be able to kill.
That would indicate the possibility that almost as many that died in the camps have died since December.
Yeah,
that's expediting. That's wow.
Well, I mean, this is. I mean, it's not hard to set up a bunch of big factories and just herd them in.
A lot of the factories would be abandoned anyway. Yeah, because since I heard about it, I wondered where those 5 million people went. That people weren't like, yeah, I just escaped from there and I'm okay. Nothing. Because there's some people who are filming in China, and in the buildings, you can hear the people calling for. And they're supposed to be going door to door and dragging people out of their house.
And they might not all be dead, but they could have concentration camps, they could have prisons, they could have death camps. When you add all those kind of different things all together.
Oh yeah. You could divvy them up pretty well, especially if you had. If there's a way to look at a map, can we find out if there is any train tracks near?
Well, China, I believe, blocks a lot of Google satellites.
Yeah, because there might be previous ones. Even if they're blocked out now, there might be ones from before.
Oh, I'm sure they have train tracks going all over there.
Well, if it was close to that area, that would be very easy to herd people in, basically. And take them, God knows
sure.
where.
I'm sure there is.
Oh shit! I just thought of something. All right, they're going door to door, dragging people out. Even if almost everybody is in their apartments and stuff. I just realized they might have a way of actually killing those poor people off without going door to door.
Yeah, it's possible.
The ventilation systems.
Mhm.
They put poison gas in the ventilation systems. They kill them, and then never have to knock on a door. Holy shit! If I was a bastard, that's what I'd do. Well, it's efficient. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to get up there and try to block it with something if they knew it was even coming in.
Yeah, it's possible. What's the name of the region?
Make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Wuhan.
Spell it.
Wuhan. That's the basically the epicenter. It doesn't, but there's surrounding areas with problems too.
The Wuhan province, right?
No, but the province is different. The town is Wuhan. The province.
Wuhan and Hubei.
I think so. But let's see. All right. You saw sulfur clouds. According to the Wuhan, God bless it, Taiwan Times.
Yeah, here. Share the do my. I sent a screen share. Accept it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
It's okay.
All right. Let me make this as large as I can. So, all right. Let us know. Tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, there's Wuhan right there in the middle. I did this Google Earth.
So this is Wuhan.
Yeah, Wuhan's right there in the middle. That's the center of the city.
Oh, okay, so here's the center of the city.
So you see it, yeah, it's a city.
We don't even know which direction these people were running. It just showed a small bit of surveillance footage of what looked like maybe 100 or so people running.
Yeah, I mean it does look like there's areas, settlement areas here. That looks kind of weird.
What's weird? What do you see?
Looks
farmland? Like maybe farmland?
Looks like it, but it's just weird the way it has this big rectangle road going around it like this. But
let's
yeah, I mean, it looks like mostly farmland.
Yeah, it could just be the border of another small town or something. I have an idea. To north.
There's a river that runs right through there too.
Huh?
There's a river that runs right through there too.
All right. But let's see, where's the difference? Let's look at between the river and the city. All right, see if the river goes around the city. Because they probably wouldn't have gone through the river. They'd probably try to go over it or away from it.
Yeah, see, this is the river here.
Okay.
And it goes around like this here.
So where would they? All right. So depending on how deep it is, they may not have wanted to cross it. So they might have gone a different direction.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty big river. I mean, that's why I'm thinking like this because there's all farmland.
So what's
south? The south is the river as well because the river curls. See, the river curls and goes south like this. So the river borders the south. The river borders the south of the city and the east of the city. So if they're running anyway, if they're trying not to go towards the river, they'd be going north or west.
Let's check that. See if we find something like train tracks or maybe something that looks strange on the map.
Let's see if we can. I mean, these are roads, obviously. I don't know what the red line is. Let me see if I could.
Maybe a border? City limits or something?
Measure distance. Usually there's a way I thought to do roads or something. Let's mark. Yeah, I don't see any settings to separate roads or anything. But if we zoom in.
Well, if they were going to do something like this, they wouldn't do it in the middle of the city. They would want to get people outside the city or just outside. Maybe an industrial area that's secluded away from, like, neighborhoods. Because, I mean, smelling burning bodies would kind of, the whole town would smell it.
Yeah.
You chuckle, but
No, no,
the-
no.
that's the smell that sticks
I
to
get
your
it.
nose hair like no other. But
Oh, you know what? I was actually way off to the side.
smell it.
Wuhan's right here.
What's up?
The place I was at with the river was actually something way west of Wuhan. Wuhan's right here.
Oh, okay.
There's a big
So,
lake.
I think it doesn't- let's see. If I was going to do something on a mass scale, I would want it just outside the city limits, miles from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty good sized city.
Yeah.
You know,
What's south?
I mean, again, it's quite a bit of distance, but it's all looks like all farmland. There's a little residential district right here just south of them. Then there's lakes and all just wilderness.
Well, if they get their water from there, they probably wouldn't have put bodies there.
See here, it looks like all like kind of. Those are actually. Yeah,
What's
this is all. Yeah, this is all just like wilderness and stuff out here. To the south of the city.
All right. So what do
And
we got up?
This black line here looks like a railroad that runs parallel with that street. Yeah, it looks like a
Okay.
railroad.
Let's follow the railroad a little bit. See if it leads to something.
Well, it goes all the way up north and then it splits up a bunch of places up here. And then
Huh.
it just
How
keeps
close
going
to the
south.
border of another country is this?
I'm assuming pretty far, but let's see.
Okay, because if those people were trying to leave, they would not have let them get to another country.
Right. I just want to center the city on my map again. Okay.
Possibly to the right.
So there's the city, the center of it.
So maybe going toward the right. This seems to be a lot less. Well, wow. Okay, you're backing out way far. Holy shit.
Well, you said you want to say how close to a border of another country. It's smack dab in the middle of China.
Okay.
It's right in the middle. It's not near any country.
Oh, there was talk that some people were going toward the right, going toward east. They
Well,
were
that would
going
be this
east
way.
toward, and there was like a bridge, or that was supposed to be able to take them to Taiwan, I think, and it was blocked off.
Well, you saw how far Taiwan is from them.
Well, yeah,
it's
but there was,
Wuhan,
a,
I mean,
think
Taiwan
Gravedigger had mentioned there was supposed to
Yeah.
be some bridgeway
Ooh,
right there.
Whoa.
Whoa, Nelly, dude, give me the vertigo.
But yeah, I mean, the distance from there to Taiwan is like the distance from New York to the middle of the country. I mean, that's a good distance.
Well, they probably wouldn't want to take them far. I mean, the longer they're in, yeah. Too bad there's no way to have a live view,
No,
or at least for
Yeah.
us to.
they only take pictures every so often, and every country has the right to block out certain things that for national security, which I'm pretty sure China blocks out a lot of stuff. So
What I'd be interested in is someone telling, like, showing if they could. I mean, they showed this that. Trying to see from this picture if they can get an idea of where on the map that is. The picture is not super clear. It has like numbers and degrees, and not enough for me to be able to give you coordinates. But the center of that area where it's green would most likely be where the burn is at. Hey, BL Group. Oh, what are we looking at? We are looking at Wuhan. It is said that there's a rise in sulfur dioxide, could mean signs of mass cremations happening. And I imagine there'd have to be a lot of bodies to make that show up on a map. That is what we are looking at. So we are checking Google Earth, trying to see if we can figure out what area would be a place for them to do that. Like where the train tracks go, because I can't think of much else way a person could transport bodies or living people in large amounts quickly, except for that. I mean, I guess if they had a plane, maybe, like put them in the, like, something like a C-130 or something, but that'd only hold maybe 20 people. 30 maybe in the back?
yeah, I'm just looking it up to see if I could see that map myself, if I could figure it out.
Bookie, that is so inappropriate.
I can kind of tell by the river.
Uh,
see.
it's from the memes. It is from the Taiwan news, and they're showing an image of the thermal. Uh, so
Yeah,
I
I can.
do.
It's right
I don't
here.
have any other than that.
It's right here, right where my cursor is. Let me put a marker there.
So okay, so that's. So should we zoom in on that? See what the last image it had.
It's right about there where I put that marker.
So what are those little red? What is all that little red stuff?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to close this thing. There we go.
No, BL group. I haven't checked. If
So
you
the epicenter is somewhere around here, right by this lake. It's actually, I'm looking at the map now that I zoomed in. It's just north of this lake,
a little bit away from the city.
between the two lakes. There's just like, so yeah. So the center of the map right here, like right where this G70 is. By the way, that red, that's a road. It's G70. It says, I think. Oh no,
Okay.
G70 is the yellow. The red, I'm not
Hey,
sure.
Arctic Racer, how are you?
But right where this little marker is here, where it says G70, that's about the center of that sulfur dioxide map that you're talking about. So the epicenter is somewhere right around here. So this.
So can we zoom in on that and see what we see? See if there's any buildings or
I mean, it's right
something?
on the outskirts of the city. Here's the edge
That's,
of the city here.
that makes sense. That's where I would take people if I was
You know.
going to do stuff like this. Out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty sparsely populated. There's like little villages and stuff out here.
There's times when the U.S. Will have like towns that look like towns and is used for something else.
Yeah.
I accidentally, God, it's supposed to have been like 2004 or 2005. I was checking like the Middle East on a map like this, just seeing what I could see. And apparently a picture was taken at just the right time in Yemen. And I saw this strange looking square with a shadow. And I'm like, what? And I zoomed in as much as I possibly could. It turns out it's a building that was painted to look like the desert floor.
Oh, wow.
But the picture was taken at just the right time, so it had just barely a shadow. If that sun had been right overhead, I wouldn't have even seen it.
Yeah. But yeah, the center's right there. There's a major highway that goes through here that leads out of the city. There's a major highway. And then all this seems to be like sparsely populated villages on the outskirts of the city. And then there's another, looks like probably a suburb area down here. But like I said, the epicenter would be about the size of this map. And then the whole thing, goes out about that far.
Well, I mean, that's the smoke and stuff would carry for quite a distance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the deal.
Yes,
Right
Rocky, we cannot take you anywhere. That is correct, sir.
But I actually do got to get going. The missus is coming home soon. So I got to head upstairs.
Hold on. That's not what happened. Miscommunication there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drop out. Thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you later, Moira.
Lots of hugs. Well, he definitely helped with the map. So yeah, there is a possibility that a lot of people have been burned. We don't know if they were all sick, but if they were all sick, that means that the Chinese government or the media in general is lying about how many people are infected. And if that many people, especially since they're short-staffed in the hospitals, it's entirely possible they may be killing people who aren't even sick, just in case. Now, not to sound like Hollywood, but if you all have seen Resident Evil, where everybody was running to the to the border and they were trying to get out, and it was walled off, and they started shooting and killing people, that's entirely possible. Something like this may have happened, or is happening. I saw a clip a while back, and it's actually probably on my Twitter wall. God knows how far back. Let me see if I can find it. and it showed people filming from their building. It's showing like other people's buildings and people crying, yelling out of their apartment windows. Like it was all quiet except for those people trapped in their buildings. Let's see if we can find it. And then a lot of the tests are still based on fevers, which is not very good because a lot of people may not even show a fever, or could take a fever-reducing medicine and not show up. So that is not good. Here it is. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, I might have to hit the escape button because I'll do the sharing. Okay. I don't see much in the way of cars on the road. I mean, they're parked, but they're not driving. Hold on a second. Stop sharing. What? Hold on a minute. Something wild looks like it's about to happen. Hold on. Hello?
Oh, hello. This is Folly, the rapping puppet guy.
This is so strange. I can't even.
Why is this so strange? I was coming out that you had on my buddy that said he moved to Montana and doesn't like me no more.
Why would he give you the link?
He gave me the link because I told him if he doesn't give me the link, then I won't have him on my next rap song. Do you want to know what my rap song is next?
What's that?
It's called Love, 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 I'm a rapper. If you don't love I'm a rapper, then you're a jacker. Love, 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 I'm a rapper. If you don't love I'm a rapper, then you're a jacker. I'm a good rapper.
Well, art is.
Do you know that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said art is relative.
Indeed it is. But I like puppets, and I like I really like I'm a conservative, so I'm a Trump guy all the way. What are your politics, Moira?
I hate all politicians, and I don't trust any of them.
Well, I'm a conservative puppet.
I don't have a problem with you. I mean, this is supposed to be a country where people can have their political choices and thoughts without persecution.
True. Do you want to hear my next rap song? It's coming out on my new album. Yo, yo. Ready?
Oh, dear.
It goes, mic check, 1, 2, 3, mic check, mic check. Oh, yo, I've been around the town. I do a lot of clowns. I am a big rapper, and you're just a crapper. Listen to my song. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Go, 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 go. Ninja, ninja, rap, ninja, rap, ninja. Oh, well, it's just kind of like that because I really like frogs and I really like puppets, and I'm a rapper. Pretty much I'm a Frozen. Do you see my new puppet in the background there?
It's hard to tell. It's kind of dark.
Well,
Meme says turtle power.
who's your favorite rapper?
Tech-9.
Yeah, Tech-9, he does some hip stuff. I like Eminem the best, and Vanilla Ice. And basically, those guys are the best, but Tech-9, he's dope.
I almost died a little about the Vanilla Ice, but at least we can agree on Tech-9, so I can go with that.
Word in the house. So, the other day I had this troll. He kept going after me, so I wrote a little rap song about him. Don't hear it? It
Oh,
goes, I don't really like trolls. They are big.
I don't know where he went. Like, he's dropped down in the basement. I didn't do that. Don't tell me that's too cold. I did not do that. It looks like he's getting his puppet ready. Which is odd because he seems to be in a car just like the other guy. No way, that's Logs Hater. I'm not entirely sure, like, because this is like, oh yeah, he's like, we're supposed to be talking about mass murder and shit, and I'm getting humorously trolled by puppets. I've never had that before. This is I'm sitting here looking in the basement, and there's like a little snowman puppet. Actually, I don't think it's a puppet; it's a stuffed animal. Honestly, part of my fear is he's going to rap something inappropriate. It's going to make me get in trouble. I'm not going to lie. Bit of my worry. Oh, I'd believe it. Oh, BL Group, so that's a reference. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm still looking in the basement, and all I see is this little snowman, like with his reflection against a windshield. And he's like making a little puppet wiggle. Like, I don't know. Oh my god. He's making it go like this, and a little carrot on its nose going like this. BL Group's like Word to Your Mother. Oh my god. This is getting cheesy. Oh my goodness. He's been getting hammered by one guy every show. That sounds inappropriate. Now it's like a snowman eye looking at me in the basement. It is so weird. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm seeing. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, why'd you shut down the stream on me?
Actually, I didn't. You just dropped into the basement. I actually didn't do it. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh, my bad. I get bad reception down here in my grandma's basement.
Oh shit.
So I'm trying to learn how to rap, and I asked Snowdub if he'd let me teach me, but he won't teach me nothing.
I thought you were Snowdub.
Well, I am. I'm Snowdubbed. Dubbed. Snowdubbed.
Isn't that?
I've been dubbed. But don't worry, I won't do nothing inappropriate on your stream. I wouldn't disrespect you like that.
I appreciate that. I would be very sad.
Well, what are you people in the chat? Are they all haters of me? They think I live in my grandma's basement and they hate me.
Well, you did actually say you live in a basement, but no, nobody. You wouldn't believe the stuff that goes into modding for Kermit's channel. Another person said it's. Oh no, he says that Kermit's channel gets hammered every night by someone. My friend said, "Word to Your Mother." I think in reference to your Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they like Vanilla Ice too.
So nobody.
Have you ever heard that song that goes "Ice Ice Baby"?
I do live on the same planet as you, so yes.
Sometimes I don't know. I don't interact with people very often. I live in a basement.
I don't live in a basement, but I would, as opposed to actually dealing with people in real life. Yes.
Hey, that makes two of us.
This is how I people right here. And I go to the store to get food. I pretty much, try not to make eye contact. Thank goodness for self-checkout.
Yeah, except sometimes that can be a chore. I mean,
wow,
we don't get paid. We don't get paid to bag our own groceries like the other idiots that work there.
You should get a discount for like checking yourself out and doing the labor. It would be nice.
I check myself out all the time, baby.
Sorry, was
Is that inappropriate?
No, it wasn't bad. It was funny. I just wasn't expecting it. I almost choked on my shake.
Well, don't choke on your shake.
I will try not to.
All right, I gotta go. See ya.
Bye. Well, on the bright side, it seems like I have the friendliest trolls in town. Or a singular troll. It was interesting. What do you mean I have a mirror, BL? Not like, I mean, technically I could use this as a mirror so I can see myself, but like... So yeah. That is weird. Like, I think Irish mentioned even the trolls like me. Like, I mean, it's better than not liking me, I suppose. But what's your political views? Usually that is a loaded question, but thankfully I hate almost everybody. And you almost can't lose with Tech 9 as an answer. I like some Tech 9. He was checking himself out, mirrors. Oh, okay, he had, okay, I was more just focused on the snowman phase. It was, and he thought I dropped him. I'm like, I actually didn't. I actually had my finger near the button in case something inappropriate came out of his mouth in the wrap. I was going to drop him. So I was preparing for it, but I didn't actually hit the button. I was just preparing in case. But, yikes. So yeah. So there's possibly mass graves, mass burnings, and stuff were not being told by the news, which is where we were at. It is so hard to keep a straight face and like talk about that stuff when there's like puppets going wild. He was a little nosy. Ha, yeah, well, yeah. Ha. Well, biscuits. So, okay. Oh, this has been an interesting stream. Didn't go away pictured. Twice. So, anyways, love all of y'all. I don't think I'll stream later. I know it's early, but my and my give a fuck usually is like tired by this time. But anywho, love all of y'all for coming by. I hope you somewhat enjoyed the show. But I don't know what puppet might show up next, so I should probably hide.